I got mine secured.
I can't even get my legs up that high today.
A little sore?
Yep, very. Hey guys, we are doing our Bonecutter podcast from the race this past weekend. We were at the Old Gray in Tennessee for the Gncc. Taylor, I think we both got 5th. High five for that.
Lucky 5.
Yep, so 2 top 5s, WXC and Women's A, or what is it? Women's?
I don't know. Women's.
Yeah.
We are what we are.
Yep. Girls class. We only have 3, so there's not many.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna just kind of go over it, talk about it a little bit. We both had some very funny incidents, and so yeah, we'll just get right into it. I didn't get the best start, but I snuck into the inside, into the first corner, and then I was probably 8th going into the woods. And I think there was 15 girls in our class, so pretty good lineup this weekend. And then past a girl, she fell in a corner, and then
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
really, hang on, technical difficulties. Okay. So, passed a girl, and then we got to the first little rock garden. Made another pass right there. We get to the 1 mile marker. I think I was 7th. I don't know. Made 2 passes before about the 2, and then just kind of found my flow pretty quick. First lap was pretty slick, so made a lot of tiptoey moves kind of thing. I was almost a little too cautious. Just trying to find, you know, that happy medium. If you tried pushing, you'd probably end up on your face, and if you went too slow, you know, everyone's kind of gonna ride right by you. So had to find that happy medium, figure out the track layout a little bit more. This was a new event, so, you know, I didn't know it right off the back of my hand, as well as, you know, like an Ironman or something. So it took me about a lap. I felt pretty comfortable. So I think I was about 30 seconds away from Jordan and Brandy. They were kind of in a battle, like right ahead of me. So right after the first lap, I knew I felt a lot better. That second and third lap, I think were definitely both my best. Second lap was okay. I kind of had a little bobble. There was about 3 bottlenecks within like a mile, and it was just kind of like pretty much in a straight line, but like you just hit them all 3 together. And when I came around that second lap, you know, there was a lot of bottlenecks right there and people stuck everywhere, so getting through that was a little chaotic. But no, I didn't crash all day, which was, I don't know how, because I almost did like 300 times, but I somehow kept it up. And the Sherco we just tractored right through everything. I ran a gummy this weekend, and I loved the gummy and everything, because, you know, like pretty much from the 1 to the 4.5 was kind of your rockier sections, and then pretty much everything after that was more of like a big buck, a little bit tighter of a big buck type track. It was pretty rooty, pretty tight, not tight, just
Awkward corners.
yeah, very awkward,
Off-cambered kind of thing.
yeah, very deep ruts by the end of the race, kind of thing, pretty soft. So, but you know, that gummy and Sherco really hooked up, so I was very happy with how my bike handled this weekend. Suspension felt great. All in all, I felt really good. And then I gassed right after the second lap, going into the third lap. And, you know, I kept getting pit boards. You know, you're gaining, because I did get about a minute and a half out of that kind of group. I think it was Jordan and Brandy were kind of right there together. So I got a minute and a half away from them, and then you know, I gassed, kind of got told where I was at, and that third lap I pushed as hard as I could. I stayed off the ground. I did everything I could, got around lappers very well, kept making up time. You know, when you see, you know, I saw the, you know, people that were giving me pit boards. My mom was out there, you know, and I would see her 6 times a lap, and every time I'd see her, you know, that time would just keep going down and down and down. So, you know, that gives you hope. You know, you're fighting for a reason, kind of thing. You're not just struggling to struggle. But, and and it was really hot. So, my mom would always give me bottles and stuff, and she'd be pointing me lines, and I just kept fighting through it, and ended up catching her right at the beginning of the last lap, and I looked up ahead around the 2, saw her down at the bottom of the hill, and sucked up right to her, and then she ended up crashing in one of those road sections on the rocky, kind of slicker track, and got around her, and just told myself, now you gotta run from her. You passed her, now you just gotta run from her, and ended up getting 5th, and very happy with my ride, and 11th overall, I believe. So very, very happy with my ride. So Taylor?
My weekend started out with getting towed in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So I wasn't happy. And as soon as I got across the road, one of my good friends got in my van and parked me, so I didn't have to worry about it no more, because I just am not about that.
If anyone knows Taylor, her parking, driving, sense of directions aren't the best.
And there is a clip of me getting lost after whenever I left the race, because I didn't have service, and I thought I was smart enough to know where to go. I thought I remembered how I got in there, but I didn't, and I went the wrong way. But I found a gas station. I still didn't have service, but I found a gas station, talked to some dude. Wasn't too sure if I should trust him or not, kind of moment. But anyway, I found the interstate, got service, and I'm back home. I made it home. So
You made it here.
yeah,
I'm very happy you made it.
yeah. I was a little nervous because I went the wrong way. But anyway, so weekend started out like that. Was not happy, but got over it real quick. And then something kind of funny, I didn't get any videos of this, but Brian Cram with Sherco USA ran the entire track whenever we were biking it. Me, him, and Hunter took off at the same time. Like, we're on e-bikes and he was on his feet running the track. We did not pass Brian until the last half mile.
Jeez.
That's wild.
And it was a 9-mile, our track, we had a little couple bike only section, so it was probably a 10-mile track, 9.5.
Yeah, and like there was hills and rocks and like elements, and yeah, he kicked our butts. So shout out to Brian, because he kind of crushed my soul a little bit. So anyway, that was a cool thing. And then race day, my start was okay. I tried to do an outside start because just wanted to change it up and see if I could hang to the outside kind of thing. And I don't know, I didn't get traction or something, so I went into the first corner not like in a very good spot, but everybody went to the outside, like they overshot it, so I snuck into the inside and ended up in like the top 5 going into the woods. And within the first mile and a half, every girl in front of me seemed to be on the ground, and I made a lot of passes and tried to be smart until we reached a bunch of traffic, and I just made not good decisions trying to navigate the traffic. That's something I'm still really trying to figure out, especially at GNCC's, because here in Missouri at the locals, we don't have that kind of traffic. We don't have that amount of racers in a race. Like, there's just a lot of different things that GNCC's offer that we don't see in Missouri that I'm still trying to learn. And navigating traffic and being smart about it is my big weakness right now. So I was on the ground a lot because I made bad decisions, and I just wrote it out kind of thing.
What tire did you run?
I ran an 81EX, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
There was a lot of debate, like in our campsite, whether to do a gummy or not, but I think the 81 was a good move.
I was biking the track, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should run, like a normal 81, and but I'm glad I went with the gummy.
Yeah.
That way, it was more table rock where you'd
Yes.
ride up on to
Get more grip kind of
Yeah.
thing. And like in any rock race, I'll run a gummy like that. Even like the National Enduro in Arkansas coming up, that's what I'll run. But nothing too crazy happened, at least not that I should speak about. I think I made some people mad, and I think I was mad at them too. So I'm sorry if some words flew out of my mouth that shouldn't have. Heat in the moment, trying to get through it, and trying to not like hit the ground and get past kind of thing. It happens.
Did you have any fun battles?
For the first lap, I kind of battled with the top 3 quite a bit, back and forth, and I was still with them on the second lap up until the point of where we really hit a bunch of bottlenecks, and like I just couldn't make good line choices and like not lose a lot of time and then be on the ground kind of thing. And I don't know, this race kind of, for what it was, I felt like there was no breaks. Like it was either you were going through rock gardens, like hill, like just nasty areas with a lot of traffic, and then next thing you know you're in ruts. And like it just like, so you had no break, and to me it felt tougher than Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it was hot.
Yeah.
What was it, like 70?
It was in the 80s whenever I left.
Jeez. So yeah, I mean it was hot, and it's, you know, like
April.
Yeah, and you think of like well, it was humid too.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Yeah, and like, you know, everyone thinks snowshoes one of the hardest rounds, and it's not, in my opinion, because, you know, you ride through a gnarly section for 100 feet, and then you pop out on a 6th-year wide open roadbed. So, you know, like
that's
this
not
track,
like as sketchy as what these open areas were, because they were slick enough where you would literally just lose your front.
yeah, you always had to be watching yourself, kind of keep the front end pretty light. And there was a lot of times where I was like, oh, glad I didn't hit the ground on that one. So I'm sure everyone had those. Did you go down any?
Yeah, I went down, I can't even count how many times. It was just a bunch of stupid stuff, like trying to change my line to, because somebody wrecked in front of me kind of thing, so I would fall over. I can't touch the ground very well on this bike. I think I'm 5'2", but Preston says she's 5'2", and she's taller than me, so
I think she's 5 foot.
we don't know. Maybe we'll get a measuring stick out today.
Yeah.
But I can't touch the ground on this bike, like, at all, or any bike really. On the gas, I actually ran Husky internals, because Huskies are lower than gasses, and I think that was like just enough that it didn't bother me. And so I might do something on the Sherco, just like something like very minute, just for a little bit. So if I had a little bit, I could save myself from these tip overs sometimes. Because like changing lines and like trying to stick your foot down, well, you just stuck it in a hole. There I go, on the ground. And yeah, I did get a lot of like help from mechanics with like line choices, and really appreciate that from every team actually that was out in the woods. The mechanics were actually pointing me good lines and helping me navigate the trail traffic better than my capabilities, because I'm still learning on it. But
yeah, I'll agree with that. I'll add something to it a little bit. You know, racing with people that have, you know, there's teams out there with 7 different line pointers, and you know, those girls don't even have to think. They don't have to blink, you know, and we've got every person that we could possibly think of, and we're so grateful for that. But it just means a little bit more when a different team, you know, hey, go here, or, you know, like points us a line, and, you know, that just adds, you know, character to everyone. There's teams out there, you know, that they care, they watch everyone, and it doesn't matter if we're all going against each other at the end of the day. You know, it's building those relationships, and you know, like, there's been plenty of times where I've been very grateful that another team from, you know, even if I'm racing that girl, other teams from their same background, you know, they still point me lines and help me, and it's one big family at Gncc. So, you know, that's huge. That's why I love racing, and we're all just there to have a good time, and that's what we do.
yeah, and honestly, like, just that little bit makes that much of a difference. 100%. And yep.
So we got, what, are you racing this weekend?
Yeah, I am pretty sure I'm going to race this weekend. So there's a doubleheader in Indiana that I'm looking at going to. I got a Sherco 250 I'm setting up this week, and my plan is to race the 250 on Saturday at the Crossroads and the 300 at the, I don't even know what's on, IXCR, that's what it is. And do a back-to-back comparison to see which one I like better, because I don't know what I want to race. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'm doing a Loretta Lynn's qualifier this weekend. It's the area, so we got area and then regional. So hopefully, I think it's in Iowa or Illinois. I could be totally wrong.
I think it's Iowa.
One of them's in Iowa. One of them is in Illinois. So I get them confused. But
she is new to the Midwest.
Very.
Don't know what states touch the state of Missouri.
I still think North Carolina's right above us sometimes. So
yeah, we're not on the border.
No. So that'll be fun. I'm excited. It's more of a, everyone thinks it's always fun going to a moto track because it's so laid back for us, and it's so funny to watch. Like, you know, it'd be like a moto person come to a Gncc race. Like, you know, it's not our element. There's no real pressure, really. I mean, it's not like a Gncc for us, so it'll be fun. I'm excited for it. So
yeah, because we race every weekend. Because why not?
Yeah, literally every weekend until July.
Yeah,
and even in July, I think we're still racing.
Yeah, that's when the doubleheaders start.
Yeah,
every weekend.
We're very excited for the year, and Sherco's, you know, they're doing great, and we're very excited and grateful for everything. And I'm grateful for Bonecutter for helping me, and it's been a good year. Rough start, but I think we're kind of finally breaking through. We're getting rid of the 50s in my wallet finally. If anybody has any simulations on 50s, I get it. My dad's drilled it into my head, and I kind of lacked that this year. And this was the first race I didn't have 50s in my wallet, and I actually had the best one so far. So
yeah, her boss chose to not provide any 50s.
Yeah,
for once.
Yeah,
don't know who that is.
But yeah, we're excited for the year, and it's been pretty good. It's been pretty fun. A lot of funny scenarios.
Yeah, it's like every weekend there's going to be a stupid story, especially if I'm around, because I just find situations and I end up in the middle of it. So thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel.